checking out this video. Don't forget, like and subscribe. So then the main event was Team NXT, Javon Trick, Miles, and Ricky Saints against Frankie, Moose, Mike Santana, and Leon Slater. Joe Hendry as the referee. And we should note, by the way, as far as like the referees go, you know, there was one spot, I think, in the women's match where I think Kalani had a pin, but Jordan was outside because there was something going on.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there was no bias. I don't think there was anything with Joe Hendry. He just refereed.
Well, the only thing was that Frankie Kazarian went for a pin with his feet on the ropes, and Joe Hendry caught it. And the idea was that the TNA guys were mad that Joe didn't overlook it, essentially. So Joe did a fair job as referee. That was the only controversy, was Kazarian getting mad at him, which may result in something that they do in TNA or may not.
And Jordan was fair as well. So two fair referees we had here.
Yeah. She never turned. She just missed a pin, because she was distracted.
So the first thing is noted was, Miles Bourne gets in the ring, runs wild, and then he gets a slingshot into a stunner from Kazarian, and he's pinned. And I was like, when the match first started, Booker's like, this guy's the weak link. Why is he even in here? And they immediately do a spot, and he's pinned. And Booker goes, weak link. And there's that part of me that's like, why do you have to bury the talent? But then he's right. He was totally portrayed as the weak link in this match. He got one quick spot, and he was just pinned. Even Vic thought it was just like a near fall. And so the pin happens, and Vic is like, what? Oh, he's out. And that was it. Miles was gone. And so then Trick got a hot tag, and Santana and Trick came face-to-face, but Trick didn't want to face him. Javon tagged in for a while, dives all over the place, and finally goes for a springboard, and Leon counters into a cradle, and Leon pins Javon.
That tells me that Javon's probably winning the X title this weekend.
That's what I thought, too, and I did not think that going in.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I think Javon winning the X title over there is a good move for everyone. I think it's a good move. Plus, they'll probably have a hell of a match.
I'm sure they'll have an awesome match.
The thing is I thought that in this match that they were going to do all this stuff together to really build up the match, and they didn't at all. So I think that the idea is that they're saving everything they got for the Bound for Glory match. Because, they did a lot of stuff, but it wasn't really like crazy stuff together.
So then Ricky is on the outside, and they're getting the heat on Trick, and he tries to make a tag, but Ricky's getting beaten on, so Ricky's not there. So then, 5 seconds later, Ricky makes it back, and he blind tags himself in. But now Trick is angry about that, which didn't make any sense. So Trick ends up walking out on him. So Ricky
That's because Trick had started to make his own comeback.
So
when Ricky tagged, now Trick was ready to finish this guy off, as opposed to when he tried to tag before when he was getting his ass kicked. So that was the difference.
It was a difference, but it was too quick.
It was absolutely too quick.
Yes.
Absolutely 100% too quick, because it was like 20 seconds later maybe.
Yes. So Ricky's all alone, and it's 3-on-1. So Kazarian's pounding on him. He goes for a choke, and Ricky ends up running up the ropes, pushing off, and actually it was 4-on-1. So he pins Kazarian. So now it's 3-on-1. And so then Leon runs wild on him for a bit, and Ricky ends up getting his knees up on a 450 and pins him. So now it's 1-on-2. And then that's too much for Ricky. They hit him with big move, big move, big move, big move, big move. Ricky makes one quick comeback, but then Santana shoves him into a pop-up powerbomb by Moose. Santana hits the tornado lariat and gets the pin. So the challenger for the TNA title of Bound for Glory pinned the NXT champion on this show to win the men's NXT Survivor Series. So actually, they did everything right, and they put over the TNA guys big. I was very surprised, but it was what they needed to do. So,
well, it was 2-2. I knew it'd be 2-2.
I knew it'd be 2-2, but they're very careful in who's allowed to win, how are they allowed to win. They don't even pin the champion in 3 ways half the time. Historically,
this one they have to do the pin though.
Well, they have to do the pin on Sunday is when they really have to do the pin for that Trick Williams match with Santana.
Well, Santana's got to win.
I think that he has to win as well.
He may not. Maybe they'll think that they put him over here and it's good enough, but I think that it's time. It's the guy. Santana has to win. and then again, you got Javon winning, so you get your win too. So, and whatever else the other stuff has, with I don't think the Hardys. Obviously, I don't think the Hardys are losing to the Dudleys.
I would be very surprised. And I thought actually the Dudleys were there. I thought they'd put the Hardys through a table to set that match up, but they did not. So
no, the whole building of this is the last table. So if they did that, they're giving away the finish.
So the show next week, they announced Josh Briggs and Matt Cardona, Ehud Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Lexus King. And
Battle Royal.
There's a Battle Royal for the number one contendership for the NXT Women's title. The winner gets a shot at Halloween Havoc, and it will be the NXT and the TNA women all involved. Yeah. So this was definitely not the end of the
no.
TNA NXT thing.
They're going to go for, like the minute this thing ends, NXT, TNA becomes, I don't want to say irrelevant, but their stock goes way down. And, hey, you know what? With the nature of the ratings right now, the last thing they need is to get rid of something that is clearly driving their ratings as much as this stuff always works until it stops, and it hasn't stopped yet. So you go and it will stop because that's the nature of these type of angles. They usually work very, very well, and you do them for too long and then they stop working. And we're way too early. You'll know when it stops working. Actually, we won't, because these ratings are so messed up that it'll look like it stopped working Thursday, and it hasn't.
Have you grabbed your F4WOnline.com shirt yet? Well, we got a bunch of them. They're up in the store right now. F4WOnline.com/shirts. You can grab your -5 stars shirt, your Dave Meltzer Wrestling Observer shirts, even the brand new After Dark Radio shirt. You love Granny? We have Granny's Gang shirts. Have you ever won a shoot battle royal? Probably not, but you can tell people you did. So check out the store. All of these great shirts and more. It's through Pro Wrestling Tees. F4WOnline.com/shirts. That's F4WOnline.com/shirts.